Hey everybody, MakeupMenaree, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to jump on the fall bandwagon, even though it's not fall here in Texas. It's literally 90 degrees outside still, but you know, we're gonna pretend like it's fall here. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and do a easy fall look for you guys. This is actually really similar to the look that I did for my wedding. I am obsessed with burgundy, especially burgundy eyeshadows and burgundy lips. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I created this look, then make sure to stay tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this NYX Conceal and Correct palette. My skin has been acting a little fucking crazy. I'm pretty sure I know what it is though. My husband and I have just started this, well, it's been a week and I am dying. It's just a fruit vegetable water cleanse. So I feel like this is just sort of my skin like purging itself. And actually these are just, you know, marks. They're not really active breakouts, but I know it's not a normal breakout because I never really break out up here on my cheeks. So it's this damn diet or cleanse or whatever the hell you want to call it. But I'm just going in with this top color here. Just covering that up just a little bit because I don't want to wear a shit ton of foundation. Although this is a fall look, it is still hot as hell outside. I'm in Texas and it's literally, as we speak, 90 degrees outside. So I ain't trying to, you know, pack shit on my face. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cover these up. Bam, magic, that shit's gone. I'm gonna go ahead with the MAC Prep and Prime. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on my nose. The foundation combo that I've been using lately that I really like is super drying and it sort of sticks to the pores of my nose. Besides that, I really like it. So I've just, you know, primed my nose a little bit and that sort of helps with the way it looks on my nose. So I'm just gonna dab that on my nose there. I have really huge pores, like huge pores on my nose. So I always have issues with more drying foundations just looking like crevices and cracks. And so a little bit of primer on there, you know, takes care of that. Okay, so I've been like a mad scientist lately, mixing my foundations, just trying new combos. I have a lot of foundations that are in between shades. It was a weird summer. I was in the house a lot. I had major surgery. If you guys didn't know, I'll link my video to that up here in the eye for you. I literally did not go outside at all this summer. I didn't get any color. I usually don't get in the sun like that anyway, but I literally was in the house for 6 weeks. So I was looking like Vampira, if that's even a character. So I have a lot of foundations that are too dark and too light. It was just a weird year for me. So I've been mixing my foundations together. Some work together, some don't. It's trial and error. But the last week or two, I have been mixing the Maybelline 24-hour, there it is, Maybelline 24-hour wear, and then my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I've noticed that I have gotten a little bit darker in the last month or so. It's because it's still been hot outside. So the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop that I originally purchased is just a tiny bit too light. And then my Maybelline 24-hour is just too dark. And this shit oxidizes like 1 to 2 shades, which if you guys buy this stuff, I love it, but be wary, it oxidizes. Shades, let me see what shades these are in if I can find. Okay, so this is in 128 Warm Beige, and then my Can't Stop is in, she's just in Natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix these two together. I'm gonna mix a little more of the NYX than I do the Maybelline. Like 2 squirts of the NYX and then like a half a pump of the Maybelline. And this seems to be a really good combo for me. These two foundations are super drying. They will stick to some of your dry spots if you have really dry skin. These probably are not foundations for you, but on a girl who's hella greasy like me, they work perfect. So I'm gonna use something a little different today. I got some new brushes in the mail. Don't let me get started on these brushes. So I ordered a shit ton of brushes from AliExpress, I believe it was, a couple months ago to try out. And I needed them by a specific date. When I checked the date, it said it was gonna be here way past the time that I needed them. So I was like, you know what? I'll just order some brushes off Amazon, you know, with the Prime. They'll be here in a couple days. So I went ahead and ordered these brushes off of Amazon and checked the mail. And guess what else was in the mail as well? Yeah, all the brushes I ordered that were not supposed to be here for another month. So I have a shit ton of brushes. Go ahead and use this brush. It's just a, you know, foundation brush. It's a little more rounded at top, and use that to apply my foundation. Now you guys know, you've seen me, I usually just use a sponge because, I don't know, I've just become a sponge lover. That sounds weird. But anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and try this and see how this brush works. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna abandon ship and just get my good old handy dandy sponge. But I figured, you know what, let me go ahead and try these brushes and see how they work. But yeah, I wanted to do like a fall look for you guys, but it is hard to get into the fall, I don't know, attitude with it being like 200 degrees outside. Like everybody's like, oh, it's fall, you know, it's cool outside. People are in boots and jackets, and here we are in Texas. We're still in, you know, t-shirts and shorts and stuff like that. It's driving me crazy. But, you know, that's how Texas is. But yeah, I like this brush. But yeah, that's one layer. And I'm just gonna go through with my finger and spot conceal some of these major issues that I'm having right now. With my finger. So you can see I look a little pale. I do like that brush, but because this is a more drying foundation combination, I think a wet sponge would work better for this. I don't know, it just gives it a little extra moisture. I know people are triggered by that word moist, so am I. It gives it a little extra, I don't know a word to say, a little extra dampness, I guess, that just sort of makes it work a little better. So I definitely like the sponge more with this, but it does cover more with the brush. But anyway, go in with the Age Rewind for my highlighter and concealer under my eyes. This is in the color Light, and she broke, and I'm too cheap to go buy another one, so I'm gonna get the rest of this out of here. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do like I do normally with my concealer for highlights. I really like the Age Rewind and Maybelline because it's really good on, I think, on all skin types, oily, greasy, dry, more mature skin. I just think it's a really, really good, you know, concealer for everybody. And she's cheap. Of course, you know we like that. Okay, so to set that today, I'm gonna go ahead in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. You guys can see that. There she is, but she's upside down. No. I swear I have the hardest time. You guys don't know the struggle. Like, you guys don't understand the struggle. Like, the camera is upside down. Like, it's not the right way around. And the foolishness that I edit out of these videos trying to get these products so y'all can see them is ridiculous. I'm just using a regular flat brush or more fluffy brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and set that because she greasy and she crinkly. So if I don't set that stuff real quick, it creases and, you know, looks crazy. Okay, so next I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. I'm gonna do those off camera. So I have 2 brow videos. If you guys wanna see how I do my brows with a pomade and with a pencil, then I will link that in the eye for you up there. But I'm gonna go ahead and do those off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so my eyebrows are on. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes. So for my primer, I'm gonna go ahead and use the NYX HD Ultra Primer. This stuff will make your eyeshadow last all day, and it just takes a tiny bit. Another good product for eyelid primer is the Tarte Shape Tape. That works really, really well as a primer, so I would suggest using that too if you can't get your hands on this. But yeah, just a little tiny bit. I'm just gonna go up just a little bit above my crease. I'm not gonna take this up too high because it doesn't crease up there, so I'm not gonna need, you know, primer all the way up to my eyebrow. Okay, so to set that primer, I'm gonna go ahead in with my Naked Basic palette, probably that shade there, which is Foxy, right there, and just set my eyelids. Now, I had somebody ask me before why to set your eyelids. Just makes the primer a little less tacky, sort of makes it a smooth surface and makes it easier to blend your eyeshadow, basically. I love using contour palettes. This is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. And as you can see, it has some really pretty brown colors. I'm gonna be using this color here, the color Contour. So I'm gonna use that as a crease color for my eyeshadow today. I really like using contours for crease colors because they're super pretty. They're just the perfect, they're always like the perfect brown. And just sort of float that over my eye, just mostly staying in the crease. And you can see how pretty that already looks, and I just barely put any on there. Okay, and I'm just gonna wipe this brush off. I'm gonna try not to use too many brushes today. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out up above. So that's what it's gonna look like. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the other eye. You see how smooth that blends on? I don't know, I feel like sometimes contour colors are just super creamy and super easy to blend. And that's why I love using them for eyeshadows. Just blending that out and up. Now I am gonna go back and darken it up a little bit after I put my other shade on there and, you know, just touch it up a little bit, but that's how I want it to look like so far. So now I'm gonna go in with a burgundy color, sort of, you know, fall burgundy, you know, that's the color, the go-to color for fall looks. But I absolutely love this color. It was the color that I used for my wedding makeup, so I like it. It's this burgundy color here. It's super matte, and this is a Makeup Geek color in the color Bitten. So you know what, I'm just gonna go in with my finger and pack it on my eyelid. So you can see this is what it looks like with just using my fingers, and I'm gonna go in with that brown again and sort of blend it out and you know, fix her a little bit. So back in with that same brown, that contour shade there, just a little tiny bit. So I don't want it to be too dark. And just right above where that burgundy is, I'm just gonna go ahead and deepen it up. I'm gonna go ahead with the other side and do the same thing. Just blend that out. Now, if you guys are having a hard time blending out those edges, I do have a video on hacks on an easy way to blend out your eyeshadow, so I'll link it up there in the eye for you guys. So check that out. Super easy way to blend your eyeshadow out if you're having a hard time doing it. And that is what we're looking like so far. I'm gonna go back in with that burgundy color, but this time I'm gonna go on a brush so I can get more close to my eyes because I have fat little fingers that won't reach. So I'm gonna go in with just sort of a flat brush. Just on my lid. I'm not going really above the crease. Okay, so with a super clean, fluffy brush, which I'm gonna use the same brush, I'm just wiping it off really good on a dry rag. I just wanna go ahead and make sure that these edges are super blended. But you're looking pretty good. That's really it for the eye. I'm gonna go ahead and do just a thin liner across my lash because I'm gonna put lashes on, and you know, that just hides the band a little bit. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner for that. I like this because it has a tiny brush, as you can see, and it's super easy to use. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a super thin line. Okay, so I am gonna wipe away the little bit of fallout that I have under my eyes with one of my makeup rags. I talk a lot about these in my skincare video. If you guys wanna check that out, I'll link it up here. These are amazing. I don't use makeup wipes anymore, I just use these. And once you buy these and use these, you will understand why I am so fucking addicted to these. They are amazing. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my under eye highlighting and, you know, my normal routine. Back in with the Age Rewind. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of that under my eyes. And don't judge me because it's broke. I know it's broke, but there's still plenty of product in there, so I'm gonna scrape it out. Let me go ahead and blend that out with my sponge. Set that, I'm going back in with the Laura Mercier powder. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that, my brush. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that under my eyes just to set that. Go in with my Maybelline mascara. I'm gonna do a light coat on the top and a light coat on the bottom, and I will be right back because I do not like putting my mascara on while you guys watch because I make the most horrible, ugly faces ever. Go ahead and do that real quick and I'll be right back. I also added the Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. The white that you see is just glue. It'll dry clear in a few minutes, so don't worry about that. Okay, so next I'm gonna go ahead and do the lower lash line. I'm gonna go ahead and do that same contour color sort of on the outer corner and then a little bit of that burgundy color on the inside. You have to be careful with doing burgundies or red colored eyeshadows because you can look like you have some kind of contagious disease, like, you know, the CDC needs to be called on you. So you have to be sort of careful when you're using reds and burgundies. I just feel some people look like they, you know, are sick and need to be quarantined. So we don't want to do that today. Go ahead and take that dark brown contour again and just sort of glide that under my lashes, sort of towards the middle of my eye. You see that that just sort of brought some color down to the lower lash line. I'm gonna do that same process with the burgundy, but I'm gonna sort of start in the middle of my eye, not all the way over, and just sort of drag that across. If I can find what I did with it. Of that burgundy and blend it in with the brown. So now I'm going to do my powder highlight by a brand that I believe is a newer brand, Revolution, and this is what she looks like. And these contour shades, I swear I almost screamed when I swatched them on my arm. They are so damn pretty. The girl that I was with is darker skin. She ended up picking up the contour palette that was geared for more darker skin, and the swatches for her look gorgeous on hers. And this one, I literally have been using it every damn day. Go ahead and take this pinkier shade there. Just use that on the inner corner of my eye. Now, can you guys see? I hope you guys can see how shiny and pretty that is because I am addicted. So yeah, in the inner corner of my eye. So on my cheekbones, because this is a more pinky, like, you know, fall look, I'm gonna use the same shade here for my highlights. Go ahead and use that as a contour, or as a highlight. Sorry, I'm gonna use that as a highlight. It's just so pretty on the skin. It just gives sort of like a wet look, like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Ambreezy highlighter. You know I love that stuff, but she's pricey. Like, that bitch was like $40 or $45. So I love her, but she's expensive. But yeah, you can see how, I just could look like this all day. Just do this all day long. All day long. I go back in with the same contour color for my contour. Go ahead and use a fan brush for my contour. So real lightly, because this stuff is super pigmented, I'm just gonna contour in the areas that I always contour in. Of course, I have a video for that if you guys want to check it out. I have a video for everything, it sounds like, huh? She got a big forehead, so she needs a little help there. On my cheekbones. Okay, so I am going to take a clean fluffy brush and blend that out a little bit because she looked a little ghoulish, a little harsh. So for my blush, I'm going to go ahead in with this BH Cosmetics 24 color palette. It's got eyeshadow, it's got blush, it's got every damn thing you need in it. I think I'm going to go ahead in with this color here. I think this color will be a little too much. Okay, so I always go back in with a clean, fluffy brush and just sort of blend that out so there's no harsh lines. Just sort of in circular motions all around it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off with a lip color. I'm gonna go ahead and try the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the color Dazed. And let's see if this is the right color or not. I think this might be a little too red. We'll see. No, that's fine. I'll go ahead and use her. Okay, everybody, so this is the finished look. Basically 2 eyeshadows, well, not even 2 eyeshadows, 1 eyeshadow in a contour color. Super easy, 1 brush, and yeah, super simple to do. So I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also make sure to check out my other social medias. I am on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook. All of those are MakeupMenaree. Those will be linked in the description box below, so if you guys want to check me out on there. Also, make sure to hit the notification bell. That way you guys know when I post, that you guys can come and see, you know, what I'm doing, what I'm talking about. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.